Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be reacting to the Adam Schefter news that Josh Harris and Steve Apostolopoulos have put in their bids for the Washington Commanders, and both of them are over $6 billion. So we'll talk about that. If you guys are new, subscribe, also hit that like button and that notification bell as well. I also will give you guys a quick Chase Young update and some other things that Ron Riveras said today when interviewed at the owners meeting by some of the media. So let's talk about what Adam Schefter says. So he tweeted today right about at 12 p.m. the Josh Harris / Mitchell Rails group, which now includes Magic Johnson, officially has submitted a fully financed bid that meets Dan Snyder's $6 billion asking price per source. So it's official. They put in a bid, and it's Josh Harris, Mitchell Rails, and Magic Johnson. I think that's a very strong group. You got Josh Harris, who's already an owner, and some people don't like him, but for the most part I think he's pretty well respected. Mitchell Rails, very respected around DC, and the Magic Johnson is just that public figure. So I like that group, and over $6 billion, that's what they put in as the bid. We'll see what Steve Apostolopoulos, I need to read it so I can actually pronounce it. Steve Apostolopoulos, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's my best shot right there. But we don't know what the bids are going to be. It's over $6 billion. I doubt it's over 7, probably in that $6.1 to $6.6 million range. I'm really just guessing there. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure Dan will just give it to the highest bidder. There's still a mystery bidder out there that could come in and make a bid. Also, Jeff Bezos is still out there. Maybe he makes a final push at the end, but it's looking like it'll happen soon. And Adam Schefter with a second tweet today at about 2 hours later, he said Canadian billionaire Steve Apostolopoulos also submitted a fully funded $6 billion offer for the Commanders. Sources tell me and Brian Windhorst. With two groups known to have submitted bids, there's a growing belief a purchase agreement could be in place by the NFL draft. So, hey, I'm hoping it is. That's a month away. And I just want this to be over because they say, oh, it'll be over in a week. We're at the 1 yard line. We're at the goal line, whatever. Red zone. I don't care. It looks like right now we're probably at the right outside the red zone. We, still need a few plays. And yeah, we'll see. But definitely not at the goal line. I don't know. Who knows? But with the news coming out that there's two guys that just put in their bids now, it seems like it still will be a little bit of a while in terms of when this happens, because there still could be another bidder, and then yeah, it'll be a little bit of time before it's announced, but still could happen in the next week or so, but probably in 10 to 25 days is when it'll happen. And it would be great if we could get it announced before the NFL draft so we can turn a page on the Dan Snyder era, and on the this will be a draft without Dan Snyder, and it'll still be with the people he hired and everything, but it'll just be good to have that chapter of the history of the Redskins football team and Commanders. Just we move on, we go to the next page. Whoever it is, Steve Apostolopoulos or Josh Harris, I don't think it'll be Tillman Fertitta. There was some news yesterday, JP Finley kind of pointed out that he bought some casino or something, and there's some rule against that in the NFL as owner. So looks like he's out, and he was the only guy I really didn't want. Everyone else I was just fine with. Still a mystery bidder out there, and I forgot the guy that, some news came out from the Junkies yesterday. Forgot the name of the player, but a former Duke player. But I was doing some research. Didn't look like there was much information on his net worth, and I'm not sure if he has the money to put in a bid, but that could be the mystery bidder that we're talking about. But guys, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I don't want to make too many of these videos. That's why the last week or so I haven't been making many. I'm just whenever we have a facts like this, I'll go ahead and do it because this is a known thing. Adam Schefter's reporting it. He's reporting it for a reason. Probably came directly from Dan Snyder / Tanya Snyder, or just came from these guys themselves. So that is just something I wanted to give you guys information on, and I'm happy. I'm just excited for this to be over, and hopefully it's over soon. So some news from the press conferences, and Riveras asked by reporters about several different positions. But when asked about left guard, Riveras singled out Sadiq Charles and Chris Paul as competitors for the job. Norwell's still on the roster, and Riveras said they're still doing evaluations of positions. Draft likely will impact future moves. So I didn't really listen to what, like, actually watch and listen to what he said, just reading it. But it seems like not a great, he's not sticking up too much for Andrew Norwell, so maybe he'll be gone. I hope Andrew Norwell's gone. I don't think we need him, and that saves some cap space that you can go after a veteran linebacker with that move, pay some of your rookie class, pay Cam Curl. I mean, obviously you're still going to have to create more cap space, and if you wanted more detail on that, made a whole video, recapping that and talking about how they can make cap space and what their cap situation is right now. I still wouldn't mind them drafting a guard in the first few rounds. Maybe not first round, like definitely not 16. But if they trade back to the end of the first round, or if they draft one in the second, I'm fine with that. And he just better be a good starter, or at least an average starter year one. And yeah, maybe, and then in year 2, year 3, you talk about a possible Pro Bowl player. But yeah, I would not mind a new starting guard. But also, Chris Paul, I think he deserves a shot to compete for the rookie or for the starting spot. So you can have him compete with whoever the rookie is. So if it's a first round rookie, then he's not going to win that job. If it's a second round guy, still probably not winning that job. But if it's a third or fourth round guy, Chris Paul was a 7th round pick, but I thought he did pretty well last year in terms of in the offseason, the preseason, and the last game, he was solid. He's got some good potential. So if it's the guy that's in that 4th to 7th round range, I think he'll definitely have a shot to compete and could win that job. Probably would win that job if it's a 4th to 7th round guy. So we'll see about Chris Paul, but I think he's a good backup. Sadiq Charles, I'm just done with him because he hasn't been healthy since he's gotten here, and also when he's played, he hasn't been that good, honestly. So I'm really done with Sadiq Charles. He can be on the roster as one of the last couple players, but I'm done with him. Like, oh, maybe he can be a starter, because no, he's not that guy. He's not that guy. He's a backup at best, and even that is stretching it a little bit, in my opinion. And then on Chase Young, Rivera said on Chase Young's 5th-year option with Chase, it's really all about the health. Said Young had a good checkup with Dr. Andrews. Wish we got a little bit more of an injury update there, but it is what it is. I wanted to read a couple other things. So let's see. He said, as far as running back, Rivera said they want to add someone else. Could be in free agency or the draft. Brian Robinson will still be the top guy. Gibson can handle the McKissick role. He did so last year, but still would like to add another back. So from what he's saying there, seems like Bijan Robinson is off the table if he's saying Brian Robinson would still be the top guy. Well, if he's the top guy, then you're not drafting Bijan Robinson, because if Bijan Robinson came here, he would be that top guy. And Gibson, I would say, I don't know if he really handled that McKissick role last year. He did at times where Scott Turner used him, but a lot of times he would get like 1 reception or even 1 or 2 targets a game. He needs to get more than that. He is, as a runner, he has his moments, but I think as a pass catcher, he is more talented than he is as a runner. And we saw at times how good he could be as a pass catcher, and that's how he needs to be used. Give him the ball as a receiver. Line him up as a receiver at times, and, have him run actual routes instead of barely giving him the ball. And that is how you can give him that J.D. McKissick role. And I think he could be even a little bit more explosive than McKissick as a receiver. Not necessarily as a running back, but that's just another update right there. And yeah, so running back could be Jerick McKinnon from the Kansas City Chiefs, or could be a guy in the 5th to 7th round, which I would not mind at all. Very, very good value in the later rounds for running backs, and that would not be a bad position to go after in the late rounds at all. Just take a shot. Maybe you get a really good running back. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Just a quick update for you guys there. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and peace, guys.